Hi, and thank you for joining me today. My name is Emily, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the skill of accumulating positive experiences. Now, this DBT skill is from the ABC Please skill, and this just represents the A in the ABC's Please skill. So, scheduling pleasant activities has been shown to reduce depression and reduce vulnerability to emotions, even if you do nothing else. Now, when you do this, you can schedule appointments, do pleasant things that are possible right now. Don't make these big, pleasant experiences that may not be feasible and treat it like it's a doctor's appointment. Be mindful during the positive experience and focus the attention on positive events while they are happening. If your mind starts to wander, that's okay. Just refocus it and pull it back to the experience. It's very important to take in positive experiences with a mindful focus, because other times we can have other experiences come into the present moment, which kind of keep you from really enjoying the moment. Don't destroy positive experiences by thinking about when it will end. Don't think about whether you deserve the experience, and don't think about whether more will be expected of you if you engage in the positive experiences. A lot of times people get fearful that if they start to do well, then others will expect them to continue to do well, which actually hurts your experience of the positive moment. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what setting an appointment for a positive experience might look like. So I'm going to share my screen with you for just a moment. So these are actually appointment cards that I made on Word. It doesn't have to look like this, but notice how they all have a time and a date and what the activity is. So when you're making your positive experience, treat this like it's a doctor's appointment and you have a scheduled appointment. If you notice here up in the top, there's a cancellation notice that must be provided at least 24 hours in advance. And just like doctor's appointments, they need to be rescheduled if something comes up. So be thinking about these positive experiences not as something that just happened, that you just happen upon, but instead as something that you are doing consistently, weekly. Super important to get it done weekly. And this helps you to build these corrective experiences that kind of help you have new experiences to build off of. So those are actually how you accumulate positive experiences in the short term. But in the long term, it takes a little more work, right? That is that idea of building a life worth living. And in order to build a life worth living, you need 5 things. You got to be clear about your values and priorities. You have to set goals based on those values and priorities. You have to take small steps toward that goal. Pay attention to your relationships and avoid avoiding and giving up. So in our next video, I will talk a little bit about building mastery and coping ahead, which is what helps give you those long-term positive experiences. But here today, I want to talk a little bit about the wise mind, values, and priorities. So I am actually going to share my screen just one more time with you. Just one second. So wise mind, values, and priorities helps you to understand what is very important to you. Now, different people have different things that are important to them, and it's very important for long-term positive experiences to know what that is for you. So some people, it's very important for them to give back, right? And so when they're looking for long-term positive experience, they might look for volunteerships, they might look for ways to give to their family, they might do some acts of services in the community, such as working at the soup kitchen. They might do something for their school, just some ways in which they contribute. They might want to attend to relationships, meaning that they want to work on them and they want them to be healthy and happy. And it's important to them to have good relationships in their life. It might be important for you to be a part of a group, to have people that you can connect to. It might be important to build character, to have a sense of integrity, to have experiences that you can share with the world. It might be important to be responsible, to be the leader of your family, or be very aware of your schoolwork and making sure it all gets done. Some people, it's really important to achieve things, to have goals and meet those goals. Some people's values are that they learn and they actively seek out new learning opportunities. Some is to have fun. I love this one myself. And to share joyous experiences with other people. Some people's priorities are to focus on family, to make sure that they're all tended to. Some is to be a leader, or be healthy, or even strive for moderation, meaning finding that middle way to not be too much of one thing or another. So I shared this with you because these values and priorities are very important to building that life worth living and having long-term positive experiences. So just check out my next video because we'll talk a little bit more about that in building mastery and setting goals and achieving them. And then we'll also go into the C, which is the coping ahead, which helps you get through more difficult situations. Thank you for joining me today. I will see you in the next video.